Grant, we named Chris Forrester as our player of the season this morning. He's had some campaign, hasn't he?
He's been a revelation since he's come over. Really, I don't think he expected to go straight into the team as he did, but he's been nothing short of exceptional since he's been here. Considering this is probably his second full season on the spin, without a break, he's been outstanding and so important to us.
And he's given you credit for playing him at the base of the diamond. I think it was your suggestion to drop him back into that deeper position, wasn't it?
Yeah, I played him there at Oldham. I just feel as if I think he came here as a winger, but when I seen him in training and I seen how clever he was on the ball, his range of passing. One thing I would say, he will add some more goals to his game. I think that's probably the thing that he'd probably agree with, and I'm sure he will next year. But no, the way he controls the game for us at the times this season has been outstanding, and he fully deserves it.
How far do you reckon he can go, Grant? To the very top?
I'm not gonna. I don't want to be sitting here saying that he's going to play in the Premier League and stuff like that. He's a level-headed lad. He keeps his feet firmly on the ground, and I think that's the best tool you can have as a player. If he does that and he continues to improve, I'm sure he's got a really good chance of having a really good future.
And you've been, I think, finishing up your badges this week in Switzerland. Your coaching badges. How's that gone? How's that been as an experience for you?
Yeah, it's been great. It's been a long process, really. Having started it when I was 24, 25. I'm nearly there now. I think I get awarded in October in Belfast, so nearly there. Great experience, obviously, being in UEFA for a few days and seeing all that. But I'm fully focused now on the job in hand on Sunday.
How quickly do you think you'll decide after Sunday, Grant, whether you want to throw your hat into the ring? I think the chairman's over, isn't he, for the game? So is it a case of Monday morning you sit down and then tell him whether you want to be considered?
It'll be early part of next week. I'll speak to the chairman early part of next week, and see what the plans are, really. So in terms of that, that'll come next week. I'm only looking forward to the game now, and I'm making sure that we go out and put another positive performance on, and hopefully another win.
Yeah, of course you want to sign off with a victory, don't you, this season against a side who still have a chance, don't they, of staying up. So it's a massive afternoon actually for Blackpool.
It is really massive for them. To stay in this league will be huge for them. But we can't worry about them. We are only worrying about themselves. The players are fully aware of their situation, but it is about us again. We want to make sure we put a good performance on for our fans, who, I said to some, I couldn't believe that the amount of fans that travelled to Shrewsbury. To be honest, I was quite surprised. There was 500-600 fans there. It was it was a great achievement to see them all there, and hopefully they'll come out and support us again on Sunday. It's a 12:30 kick-off. They'll be able to have the rest of the day with their families, and hopefully they can come to London Road first.
And whoever gets this job, whether it's yourself or someone else long term, the home form needs to be addressed, doesn't it? Because that's been one of your major issues really this season. You've put in the odd good performance, but you've really struggled to find consistency at the ABAX.
The home form's been, it has been. I think it's 10 defeats at home. It's not good. It's always been our home at the ABAX or London Road, whatever you want to call it. It's always been a tough place to go, even when I didn't play here. At Peterborough, coming here was a really tough place to come, and that's something that needs to change ASAP. No one comes to our ground and has an easy ride. I remember playing here. The London Road end would suck the ball in the back of the net for you if you were 2 or 3-0 down and you were shooting that way second half. That's what needs to happen again. We need to start putting performances in so the crowd can get off their feet and start, encouraging the lads to put the ball in the back of the net down there. It hasn't been good, and it's definitely something we need to change.
I remember in the Championship days where you hammered Ipswich, didn't you? But even the season you went down towards the end of that campaign, you beat the likes of Sheffield Wednesday. I think Cardiff came as well. I think you scored a couple that day as well. And teams hated it, didn't they? They really loathed coming to London Road as it was then. How do you get that sort of atmosphere around the place back? That fear factor, if you like.
I think it goes by winning the games. Really, I think when you're playing in front of your home fans, and by the way, our fans have been really behind us this year through everything. we just need to make sure we start going and picking up a few wins, getting more fans through the gate, and they'll start supporting you more and better then. So it's down to us. It's down to me. It's down to the players, down to the coaching staff to start producing performances at home that the fans have been used to over the years.
Could we see one of those very rare things for Posh in the second half of this season? An unchanged team this weekend hasn't happened very often, has it?
No, it hasn't, and it's hopefully can name an unchanged team. I'm just still waiting on one or two who have little niggles. One of them probably a bigger niggle than the other. So apart from that, everybody is really fine. Yeah.
Because you won't want to change it up too much, will you? I know there were maybe some deficiencies at the back last weekend, but you still got the job done at Shrewsbury. Yeah,
we got the job done. We won the game. Obviously disappointed to lose the 3 goals, but we won the game, and that's what we set out to do before the game.
Now, obviously, end of the season comes round and people start thinking about retained list and that sort of stuff. Are you having conversations with the chairman already about that? Are the thinking caps on, regardless of the managerial situation, about contracts, who you'd like to talk to, who's going to be released? Is that process underway already?
I think it is underway. I've had 1 or 2 little conversations, but nothing concrete at the minute. I don't know my own situation at the club to be speaking about anybody else's, so it's that'll be something that'll be ironed out over next week, I'm sure, when the chairman's over and we all sit down together.
Have you felt the groundswell of support behind you? Because I think even if you don't get the job, people want you to stay here, but there are a growing number of people saying, well, Grant deserves his opportunity at Posh. Are you feeling that support? You've been here a long time now, and the fans see you with some affection, don't they?
To be honest, the last couple of weeks, the last 10 days, I've tried to keep myself away from things, in the press and stuff like that. I wanted just to concentrate on getting the boys back to where I know they can be. The support is brilliant. Obviously, if you're saying that, I really appreciate everyone saying things like that about me. I love the place here. I've said that before. The last thing I want to do is leave the club. Like I said, I'm just concentrating on the next 2 games and one out of the way, 1 to go, and then hopefully everything can be sorted for the players who are out of contract and in contract and what they are expected to do next year. And for myself and the staff, so hopefully it could be sorted next week.
Has there been a good buzz about the place this week after last weekend? I think the players said they were sort of enjoying their training. It was short, sharp, and the sort of stuff they could get their teeth into. Have you had that feeling again in the last few days?
Yeah, it has. They were really, really bright this morning. I said to you before, being bright in training doesn't mean you're going to be bright in the game. I'm fully aware of that. I know some people don't like training, some others do. So that's football. It's part of it. So as long as they feel good for Sunday, that's the most important thing.
Is Alex still struggling with that injury? Will Tyler continue a goal this weekend?
Ben won't be available. He's still struggling with his little problem. Maybe something that needs to be sorted out over the summer. But no better person to play in front of him than Tyler's, and his experience will definitely help the rest of the youngsters in the squad.
And you said a couple of other niggles. You're keeping your cards close to your chest with who's struggling?
Yeah, it's just I don't want to say just in case they are fit. So it's I'll give them as much time as possible to get fit. But it's nothing serious. One of them will probably be okay. The other 50-50 at the minute.
Good luck, Grant. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Cheers.